You say okay. And then I'm gonna mute y'all. Oh, yay! We got another one. Another one. Emily. Just kidding. Okay. I'm gonna mute you. Muty. And then we'll get this thing going. Let me put on my microphone. Okay, make sure this is working. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, okay, cool. All right, friends, let's do it. Going in. Going in. Okay. Time for yoga. Let's see here. There she is. Haley's here in person today. She's visiting. All right, my friends. Yoga time. All right, everybody's. Thank you so much for being here this morning. As always, love to have you. Okay, announcements. Next Friday, I have my class that's called Emerge, my once per month offering. It's this is the last month I'm actually facilitating it. So right now I have 3 monthly offerings that are breath work of some sort. And then starting in August, I'll just have the 2. So I'll have frequency in August, which is breath work and sound, and then embodiment, which is yoga, breath work and sound. And then this one, breathwork and sound. It's just like they're the same thing. So I'm going to do this one last time and then just kind of streamline it into the 2. So this one will be next Friday, 7:15 in this space. I have, his name is Sean Ivins, helping me with sound. If you know Victoria, who teaches here, it's her fiance. So I'm excited about that. He does like a whole bunch of, he plays different kinds of drums, the hand pan, and then different types. And then he also has like synthesizers that he's bringing. I don't know. I'm excited. I've listened to his stuff just on YouTube and I'm like, cool. So that's next Friday, $30 per person. And then I'm just going to say real quick, I have my Sedona retreat in October. It's the first weekend in October. And this is Haley, my friend. We've been friends since elementary school, and she's going to be doing all the food, she's catering it basically. So she's an amazing chef. And I have just 2 spots left in beds and then 2 camping spots. So it's called Doodlebug Ranch, and there's a big yard, a big area. So you could either camp in a tent, or you could camp if you have like a camper van, or if you like to just sleep in your car or anything like that. Yeah, so that's first weekend of October, and all the info is on my website. And besides that, I think let's just practice. Any questions before we start? Okay. Let's do it. So actually, let's start laying down today. So go ahead and just lay down on your back. Some of you are already there. And if you want, if it would feel good, maybe you take your arms overhead, your legs out in front of you, just like a big good morning stretch. Maybe you want to hug your knees in for a moment, kind of rock side to side against the ground. So any little wiggles that would feel good, feel free. And then eventually settle into stillness. So maybe you just find Shavasana, legs extended, arms out to your sides. Maybe feet on the ground with knees bent. That might feel nice if you're taking care of your low back. Maybe even feet together, knees apart if you want a little bit of gentle hip opening. And then be intentional also with your arms and your hands. Perhaps you want to reach your arms out to the sides, taking up space. Maybe you want to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, kind of connecting to yourself and your breath. Eventually, once you've found your physical position, close your eyes and just notice, just feel, just observe. So feel into this present moment. Whatever's going on outside of this room for now, let it fall away. So nothing to figure out, nothing to solve, nowhere to be except right here. Just feel the weight of your body against the ground. Feel the air on your skin. Feel physical sensations inside. So how does your body feel in this position? What feels really good? What might feel a little bit uncomfortable or tight or stiff? You might notice, are you tensing up at all through your facial muscles, through your shoulders? Is there any way you can soften and relax just a little more? And then start to feel into your breath. Just the rise and fall. Just that subtle expansion of each inhale. Letting go, contraction of each exhale. So allowing yourself to just be with what is right here in this moment. Letting impulses come and go, but you choose to just stay with your body, with your breath in the here and now. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can and take a moment to pause in that fullness. Maybe even an extra sip at the top. And then open your mouth and just big sigh, let it go. Ah, good. Again, just like that, huge inhalation, fill up every little space. Expand, inflate, and then open your mouth, sigh it out, release. Ah, good. One more time, just like that. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Pause. See if you can keep holding the breath, but relax around it, soften around your held breath. And open your mouth, let it go. Ah, very nice. Seal your lips now and start to drop into Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. Start to create a little bit of noise with your breath, that gentle whisper noise. See if you can feel every inhale move all the way down into your belly. And take every single exhalation all the way to emptiness. So be patient with your breath. Don't rush it. You can stay here, just resting on your back for as long as you'd like. If this is what you want to do all class long, that is fine with me. If you're ready to start moving, draw your knees in towards your belly and just again, find a gentle rock side to side. So maybe you did this in the beginning. Maybe this is your first time here, but just feel your low back against the ground. Maybe circle your sacrum against the ground, kind of trace the outline of your sacrum. And then after a few rocks, just feeling, move into a supine spinal twist. Let both of your knees fall to the right, left arm out to the left, or cactus position with your left arm. And if you need to, you can kind of scoot your hips around so this feels sustainable. And feel your breath. Continue to move down into your belly. Every inhale, feel the expansion of your entire upper body. Every exhale, let go, take it all the way to emptiness. Couple more rounds on this side. Slow, spacious breaths. And then as you are ready, find your way to the other side. So come through center and take a moment to neutralize, maybe a little rock, maybe a big squeeze of your knees in. And then whenever you're ready, knees go left, right arm out to the right, gaze up or over your right shoulder. Make any little adjustments you need to, scoot your hips around if you need to. And it is harder to breathe down into your belly when you're in a twist. So maybe just the slightest bit of extra effort behind your breath. Soft through your face, loose through your forehead, unclench your jaw. Focus on that rise and fall, expansion, contraction of each inhale, each exhale. Couple more on this side. And then when you feel pretty much even on both sides, no rush, come back to center. And again, just rock it out. Give your low back a nice little massage as you neutralize. You can find your way up to hands and knees any way you want, or invitation to rock and roll forward and back. So take a few rocks along your spine, maybe 5, 6, 7 rocks, and then eventually rock up, cross your ankles, roll over your feet, and just bring your hands to the ground in front of you. You'll probably need to crawl backwards a little bit to get nice and centered on your mat. So everybody eventually meet on your hands and your knees. No hurry. Once you get there, intuitive movement, cat-cows, hip circles, child's pose, cobra pose. So anything that your body is calling for, just feel around. Feel into the mobility of your spinal column. Notice what's going on in your hips and your shoulders, even in your hands, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms. And if it helps, it always helps me to close my eyes. So let go of how you look, let go of how anyone else in this room looks, let go of that judgment, and just focus on your felt senses. Focus on what you are experiencing from the inside. Feel your breath slow, steady, spacious. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds moving here in your own way. And then eventually downward dog is our destination. So you can find your way back in your own time. Good job, everyone. Once you are back in your dog pose, keep exploring, keep feeling around. So maybe move your hips side to side, give your head a little shake, yes or no. Maybe you take your feet all the way out to the width of your mat and kind of transfer your weight on the diagonal. So as you press into your right hand, you would press back through your left heel and shift your hips to the left and just switch it up. Real quick, if you would not like any hands-on today in your practice, I do not take it personal. Please just raise one of your legs in the air if you want a hands-off practice today. All right, thank you, my friends. So in your down dog, give yourself about 2 more breaths. Feel whatever there is to feel. See if you can find a connection to your center. So feel as if there's a rope attached to your belly button and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. Great big breaths. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived in your fold, make sure all of your toes are facing forward. Maybe bring your feet a little bit wider than usual And if you want, ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows or hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. So just hang out in your fold for a moment, feel into the backs of your legs, let your neck relax, let your head be heavy. See if you can bring your weight just slightly forward, so more in your toes and the balls of your feet, and then focus on lifting your butt towards the sky, using the strength in your core. Let your head be heavy, neck relax. Big, spacious breath. Nice job, everybody. Next time you inhale, find a halfway lift position. So get all the rounding out of your back. Hug your shoulder blades towards your spine. Nice, Chris. Exhale, bow and fold. Do that again, halfway lift. So stick your butt way out, reach the top of your head way forward, back of your neck long. Exhale, let it go. Fold in all the way to empty. And then this time, come through your halfway lift and take it all the way up. Arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. With your breath, flow. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, slow dive down. So feel your body move through space. Try not to rush it. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift position. Nice reach. How much length can you create? And exhale, fold, let it go. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart. Take it all the way back up. Arms to the sky, big stretch. Nice, Jane. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more round just like that. It's a moving meditation. Inhale, high mountain. Perhaps close your eyes as you take your dive down and just feel yourself moving from the inside. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Lots of length and even strength in your back body. Nice, Celeste. Exhale, fold, release. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way up. Arms to the sky, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And as you exhale this time, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. So make sure your shoulders aren't rolling forward to get your clasp, but roll them back and down. Shoulder blades hug your spine. And if you tend to lock out your elbows, bend your elbows, press your palms together, and then imagine your elbows are magnetized. See if you can start to reach your hands back and possibly lift your heart up. So find just the slightest little back bend, puff up through your chest. Yes, breathe, soften your face. Feel that opening in the front of your shoulders. Take one more big inhale. Now keep your hands clasped as you slowly dive down, forward, fold, fingers interlaced. Hang out here with your hands clasped for about 3 rounds. So bend your knees a lot if it's helpful. See if you can lift your butt higher. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. Awesome job. Good work. Relax your neck, head heavy. Take one more inhalation. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms come down. Maybe give them a little shake out. Halfway lift position on an inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank position. Pause in your plank. So from here, we're gonna get right into it. Right hand is your base, side plank, Vashisthasana. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or you're more than welcome to bring your right knee or your right forearm down as a modification. So you do you. Feet can be stacked or staggered. Imagine you're karate kicking your mat with the outer edge of your right foot, and lift your hips as high as you can. Feel the strength in your right side abdominals. Maybe reach your left arm forward, lengthen your left side. Nice, Haley, maybe float your left leg up. Awesome work, beautiful poses, your fullest expression. One more full breath. Nice, Jane, good, Kate. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away, and then exhale to slowly lower. Take a Spider-Man cobra. So hands out wide, up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, take a little twist to your right side. Dip your left shoulder down a bit. Yeah, nice reach. Inhale, back to center. Lift just as high as feels right to you. Press down through your pelvis and shoelaces. Exhale, twist to the other side. Good. Inhale through center. Go one more time each way, moving with your own breath. Nice work, friends. And then eventually an inhale brings you back to center. You can hold as long as you'd like. As you are ready, downward facing dog. Move mindfully back into your down dog. Beautiful Ujjayi breath. So reconnect, fire it up, feel it, hear it flowing through. From your down dog, inhale your right leg high. So for now, hips are square, inner thighs face each other. Right hip faces down, slightly back. Try not to sink into your outer left hip, but instead hug in with your left inner thigh. So see if you can really feel still a connection to your center. Take one more big inhale, straight, strong, and powerful with your right leg. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, shoulders over wrist. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away, knee to your nose. And exhale, step forward ever so softly, low lunge. Take your time to rise up into your crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle. If you want to modify, you can always keep your back knee on the ground. No big deal. Your back knee is lifted. Your back leg feels just as strong and powerful as your front leg. There's just as much weight in your back leg as there is in your front. So energetically hug in, pull your front hip back, pull your back hip forward, and feel that stability that comes. Yes, beautiful poses. Take one more inhale, maybe lift your heart a little higher, maybe gaze up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down to your front thigh. We're gonna move into a balance. So root into your front foot, and as you are ready, lean forward, float your back foot off the ground. Back leg strong, powerful, like you're karate kicking with your back leg and it's frozen in space. Halfway lift position with your upper body, hips square. Keep your hands where they're at, or if you want, you can add some arms, reach forward, reach out to the sides, reach back. Maybe just one arm forward, one more full round of breath, your personal fullest expression. Good job, nice, Emma. And then come back, crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands down. Now listen, pyramid stance. Step your back foot forward about a foot or so, depends how long your legs are. You want both feet flat on the ground. And then I personally prefer my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Some people like their feet on a balance beam with about a 30-degree angle in their back foot. So you choose what works best for you. Find a halfway lift position, inhale, bring your hands to your hips, and then rise all the way up to stand. So stand, look down at your hips, see that they are straight across from one another. So if they're not, adjust however you need to. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Take your arms to the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, twist to your right, left arm forward, right arm back. Pull your right hip back. Feel your inner thighs squeeze a lot. See if you can broaden through the front of your shoulders, through your collarbones. Press down into your feet, twist from your center, maybe gaze back over your right fingertips. Take one more full round of breath. Use your exhale, twist a little further. Inhale back to center. Don't let your legs change. Unwind your upper body, arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, slow dive down. Pull your right hip back, back, back as you reach your heart forward, then fold. So your hands can come to the ground. Your hands can rest on blocks or your front shin. Maybe you want your hands at your hips. Pull your right hip up and back. Press back with the very, very top of your right thigh. Awesome job. Each time you exhale, Think forehead toward shin, nose toward knee, navel towards spine. All the way to empty with each breath. And that's your invitation to go just a little bit further. Take about 2 more rounds. You guys are doing so good. Keep pressing into the inner edge of your front foot. Last big deep breath. Exhale, fold to your own edge. End of your exhale. You can bend your front knee if needed. Walk your hands forward on the ground in front of you. Float your back leg to the sky. So just for a moment, standing splits. Lift your left leg super high. Active through your left toes. Take one more big in breath. Now exhale, step your left foot all the way to the back of your yoga mat. Take your right leg back and up, 3-legged dog. Open up your right hip this time. So bend your right knee, reach your right knee out and up. So the front of your right hip now is facing towards the right side of the room. Feel that opening there. You can choose to stay or option to flip your dog. Nice and easy. Step your right foot down behind. Reach forward, right arm forward or right hand behind your head. Lift your heart. Imagine your heart wants to look at the front wall. Lift your hips. Beautiful. One more round. Awesome, Cam. Everybody, regular down dog. Come back. Walk it out. Find your breath. Open mouth sighs are always welcome. Take one more great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, gaze forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, top of your space forward, fold. Nice, hey, inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. So really stick your butt out. Yes, exhale, fold and bow. Nice, Christine. Root through your feet, rise to stand all the way up. Arms reach, hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. Same as we did before, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Shoulders roll back and down, maybe your palms press, maybe your elbows hug together. And then if you can, reach your hands back away from your body. This time, we're gonna sit into a chair pose. Feels super awkward with your arms behind you. So weight in your heels, sit your butt back, reach your knuckles back. Might feel like you're kind of pressing your ribs forward, that's fine, but draw your belly button back towards your spine. Sit low, see if you can pick up your toes and spread them. Yes, very nice. One more inhale into your chair pose. Keep your clasp as you exhale, forward fold. Keep your clasp as you inhale, halfway lift. So lengthen and feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Yes. Exhale, fold. Keep your hands clasped. One more inhale. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. Lift your sit bones higher. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release. You can let your arms hang, dangle. Good. Next inhale. Halfway lift one more time. Just realign. And then exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank, pause, side plank. This time, left hand is your base. So roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, or left knee or forearm might come to the ground if you're taking your own modification. So as much as you can, you want to use the strength in your obliques rather than sinking into your wrist and your shoulder. Lift your hips really high. Yes. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Maybe float your right leg up and see if you can lift your hips even higher. Find your own fullest expression today in this moment. Awesome, Paul. One more full round. Beautiful. Slow motion to plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up. You can have your knees on the ground if you want. Exhale all the way down. This time, let's move into a Sphinx pose for our heart opener. So elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms parallel, palms pressed down, lift your heart. And then there are 2 things that are easy to do in Sphinx. It's easy to sink into your shoulders. So try to press down through your forearms and lift up out of your shoulders. It's easy to kind of sit in your low back, tone your belly, navel the spine, reach your tailbone down towards your heels. It's like you're telescoping your ribs. Press down with your forearms and pull back. You want to feel the length in your low spine. Sometimes I even like to bring my chin to my chest and feel the length in the back of my neck. Take one more inhale here in your Sphinx. And then as you exhale, let it go. However you want to get there, downward facing dog. Big deep breaths, Ujjayi breaths, fire it up, reconnect. Good breathing, you guys. All right, from your down dog, inhale left leg to the sky. Hips square, inner thighs face each other. So there are pretty much two ways to be in a three-legged dog. You can be on your right tiptoes, really hugging in with your right inner thigh, so it's really active. Or you can press your right heel towards the ground. And when I do that, I usually kind of sink into my outer right hip. So feel your own happy medium between the two, what feels most beneficial. So where are you getting the most benefit for your body? Hips square, inner thighs face each other, left leg straight, strong, and powerful. Take one more inhale. See if you can feel the front of your left thigh engage. Exhale, left knee to your nose, round and hollow out. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away, lift higher through your waistline, and then step through softly, low lunge. In your own time, crescent lunge, rise up, find stability, settle in. Nice, Kate. So front hip is energetically pulling back, like you're plugging the femur bone into the hip socket. Back hip is energetically pulling forward. So you feel stable, strong, powerful in this pose. Your legs are your foundation, your own unique expression in your upper body. So feel into it. Heart lifted, maybe gaze lifted. You want to spread your fingers really wide, like there's energy shooting out of them, or do you want to soften them today? How do you feel? Take one more inhale. Exhale, lean forward, hands to your front thigh. Prepare for your balance. So draw your belly button in and up. Inner thighs hug in. When you're ready, lean forward and just float your back leg off the ground. Strong straight line of energy from the crown of your head back to your heel. Hips are square. Bend your standing leg if it's helpful. Add arms if you want to. Just play with some arms. Nice reach. One arm forward, both arms forward, arms out, arms back. Nice, Chris. Beautiful job. One last breath. Amazing. Come back to your crescent lunge, soft landing if you can. Breathe in, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Set up your pyramid stance. So back foot steps forward just a bit. You want both feet flat on the ground. Again, I prefer feet on 2 railroad tracks, all 10 toes forward. Some people like their feet on a balance beam, little angle in their back foot. You choose. Halfway lift, hands to hips, and then rise all the way up to stand. Take a moment to look down at your feet, your hips, adjust if needed. So you want your hips straight across from one another. If there was a ruler at the front of your hips, both hips would be touching. Take your arms to the sky. On an exhalation, twist towards the windows, right arm forward, left arm back. Pull your left hip back a bit more, squeeze through your inner thighs. Keep the length in your spine, space in between your shoulders, broaden through your collarbones. Yes. Looks so good. Breathe all the way down into your belly and use your exhale to twist. Maybe gaze back over your left hand. One more round. Nice, Cam. Inhale, come back to center. Legs stay the same, but unwind your upper body. Reach up. Exhale, slow dive. Heart leads. Keep pulling your left hip back, 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 back as you dive forward and down. Eventually, forehead toward shin, nose toward knee. Navel towards spine. So all the way to empty with every exhalation. And that's your invitation to go just a little bit deeper from the inside. Use your breath, use your awareness. Good job, friends. Couple more rounds. Good. End of your next exhale. So take it all the way to empty. And then if you need to bend your front knee, feel free. Walk your hands forward. Come into your standing splits. Right leg lifts. So take just a moment. Lengthen everything. Spread your right toes. Make them active. See if you can breathe all the way up into your right toes. Very nice. One more big inhale. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Back to a low lunge. From low lunge, three-legged down dog. Take your left leg all the way back and up. Open your hip this time. So bend your knee. Feel the front of your left hip. Face towards the windows. Let it open. Stay here. This is a great place to stay and stretch, or option to flip your dog. Left foot steps down behind. Nice, Celeste. Reach forward, heart forward. Awesome. Hey, lift through your hips. Reach your heart towards the front wall. One last breath. Wherever you are at, meet back in down dog. Nice, Mariah. Walk it out. Good job, you guys. So take a moment, feel whatever there is to feel, reconnect to your breath. One more great big inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, however you want to get there, top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift position, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet all the way to stand. Arms reach up, stretch tall. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause in your high mountain. Root into your left foot and lift your right knee, standing stack. So find your balance here first. Focus your gaze on something in front of you that is not moving. Slow, deep breaths. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to find eagle legs today. So right knee on top of left knee. Sit back into a one-legged chair. Some of you might have your foot hanging out like mine. Make your foot active. Some of you might be able to wrap your toes around your calf. Yeah. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, right arm underneath left. So right elbow underneath left. Wrap your arms together. If this feels like too much, you can either wrap your arms around you like you're giving yourself a big hug, or you can press your palms, press your forearms, you choose. Squeeze your legs, get a little lower, weight more in your left heel. Sit back, breathe, gaze right through your arms. See if you can lift your elbows out and up just a little tiny bit. Take two more breaths, sitting, feeling, noticing, focusing. Next time you inhale, come back to standing staff. Arms up, right knee lifts. Maybe extend your right leg forward. Take one more in-breath. Slow motion all the way back to a low lunge. So right foot steps all the way to the back of your mat. Hands come down. Once you're in your low lunge, bring your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out to the width of your mat, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. Try not to sink your weight to the right, which is tempting, but instead encourage your weight to the left. And then slowly begin to lower your heart towards the ground. Back knee can stay lifted for more intensity or come down at any time for a little less. You can spin your left toes out to the left a bit. You could even roll onto the outer edge of your left foot if you want to. Just keep your ankles strong. If there's any other variation of this posture that you feel like your body is calling for, you're more than welcome to go there. Big deep breaths. I know it's intense. I know it's a lot. So use your breath to tell your body it's okay. I know you're uncomfortable, but it's safe. You can relax. You can soften. Take about 3 more rounds, open mouth size at any time. Ah. Good, everyone. Send your breath down into your hips, soften your face. One last big inhale. Hold at the top. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Some of you, if you're on your forearms, you may be able to stay there. We're gonna move into a forearm plank. So however you need to get there, start to work your left leg back, forearm plank pose. And then from forearm plank, we're moving into a forearm side plank. Right forearm is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Great modification in a forearm side plank, if you want, is to step your left foot out in front of you and put some weight on your foot. Lift your hips really high. Maybe reach left arm forward. Maybe float left leg up. Possibly even try a forearm wild thing. Let your heart look up. Wherever you're at, one more big deep breath. Good job, you guys. End of your exhale, come back to your forearm plank pose. Take one more in breath. And then as you exhale, set your knees down, set your belly down, find your Sphinx pose again. Lift your heart. Yeah. Pull back with your arms, little tone in your belly. Press down through shoelaces and pelvis. Imagine you're telescoping your ribs. One more inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Come all the way down onto your belly. And we'll take shoulder pigeon with our right arm. So extend your right arm straight out to the right. Turn your head to the left. Roll up onto your right side. And you choose what variation you want to take with your legs. Left foot might be behind you. Maybe you want to keep your legs in a fetal position, taking care of your low back. Maybe there's a quad stretch, or you could even work a hand to big toe pose. Peace fingers around your left big toe. Extend your left leg straight up towards the sky. Make sure your head can relax down either on the ground or maybe a block if needed. And just feel what's there. Breathe into the front of your right shoulder. Take about 3 more. Good job, you guys. And as you are ready, just slowly ease your way back to your belly. You might take just a moment resting with your head turned the opposite direction. Feel your belly against the earth, possibly windshield wiper your shins. Just breathe down into your low back. And however you want to make your transition in your next few breaths, downward facing dog is where we will meet up. Any movement you want to take to get there, any little stretches you want to give yourself in the meantime. Eventually down dog, Ujjayi breath. All right. From your dog pose, inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, right leg high. Yes, exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit as high as you can. Awesome. Inhale, back up. Last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, then step forward softly. All right, from here, we're going to move into a half moon. So start to walk your hands forward, float your back leg up. So first, it's like you're in a warrior 3. Right hand on a block or maybe fingertips on the ground. Left hand to left hip. Start to peel your left hip open. So stack left hip on top of right. Yes. Active and strong through your left leg and your left foot. Stay here or extend your left arm to the sky. Stay here, or if you want to find the bind, go for it. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold. Wherever you are at, see if you can take at least 2 more big deep breaths. Open your hips, open your heart, expand in every direction, take up space. One more great big inhale. If you're holding your foot, release it slowly. And then as you exhale, step your left foot down at the top of your mat, forward fold. Take a moment, you can kind of shake out your right leg or pedal out your heels. And then listen, from here, cross your left foot, or I shouldn't say cross, just step your left foot behind your right foot like you're on a balance beam. So the back of your left toes are kind of grazing, or the front of your left toes grazing the back of your right heel. Pull your left hip back, so try to stick your left butt cheek out behind you, and then walk your hands over to the right, maybe even off the right side of your mat. Pull your left hip back. Try to stay rooted if you can through the inner edge of your left foot, your back foot. You can have your hands on a block if that's helpful. Relax your neck. Try not to strain through your neck. Breathe up your left side body. Breathe down the back of your left leg. Yes, very nice. Soft face. One last round. Keep your legs the same, but end of your exhale, just walk your hands back to center. Keep your legs the same. Inhale to a halfway lift. See if you can pull your right butt cheek back now as well. Exhale, fold. And then keep your feet on your balance beam. Rise all the way up to stand, arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, hands to heart, bring your feet back to hips width distance apart. Inhale, arms up. High mountain, root now into your right foot. Float your left knee up into space, standing step. Flex your left toes, focus your gaze, find your balance, slow, deep breaths. Focused and alert, yet calm and relaxed all at the same time. One more inhale, standing staff. And then as you exhale, eagle legs. So cross left knee on top of right. Sit low, weight in your right heel. If you can get that second wrap of your toes around your calf, awesome. If not, just keep your left foot active. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through your legs. One more inhale, reach high. As you exhale, left elbow underneath, right? Wrap your arms together. If that feels like too much, give yourself a hug, hands behind your shoulders, or press your palms, press your forearms. Good. Weight in your right heel, sit back, squeeze your legs. See if you can lift your elbows up and away from your chest just a little bit. Slow, deep breaths. Breathe into every space. Is there anywhere your breath gets stuck? How can you adjust to change that? Take one last round, your fullest expression of your eagle pose today. And then back to a standing staff. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. Maybe extend your left leg forward. One more in-breath. Slow motion to a low lunge. So intentionally, left toe step back, hands come down. Low lunge position. You can take a moment to adjust if needed once you arrive. And then hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your yoga mat, maybe even off the side of your mat. And see if you can start to let your heart melt down. So back knee can stay lifted or come down at any time. I know it's so tempting to collapse over to the left. You lose the stretch, you lose the mobility once you collapse. So try to encourage your weight over to the right. Keep your knee on top of your ankle or a little bit behind. It's not inherently bad to bring your knee past your ankle, but we're just trying to work into our hip, not the mobility of our knee and our ankle so much. Big deep breaths, allowing yourself to feel a lot and tell your body it's okay. You're safe. I got you. Take big deep breaths, open mouth exhales at any time. Ah, good work, friends. Last couple rounds. Soft face, soft jaw. If you are down on your forearms, again, you may be able to stay there. You may need to come up to your hands to make the transition, but we're moving into a forearm plank pose. Start to work your right foot back. And then if you're not already there, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. From forearm plank, moving into a forearm side plank. Left forearm is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Remember that modification, you can step your right foot out in front of you and put some weight on it if you would like. Lift your hips really high. Yes, maybe reach your right arm forward. Possibly float your right leg up and lift your hips even higher. Final option only if you want to take it. Step your right toes down behind you. Turn it into a forearm wild thing. Make sure you're pressing into your left forearm and your left shoulder feels strong. One more breath wherever you're at. Back to forearm plank. Take an inhale, hold, and then as you exhale, set your knees down, set your belly down, come back into Sphinx. And this time in Sphinx, we're gonna change it up just a little bit. Walk your hands forward so your elbows are now out in front of your shoulders. Press down, energetically pull back with your arms, and then see if you can lift your elbows just about an inch. Hug in with your arms, so don't let your elbows do this, squeeze in. Press down and pull back with your hands. Tailbone reaches down towards your heels. Navel to spine, tone your belly. Traction out your spine. One more inhale, pull back with your hands. Keep pulling back with your hands as you exhale, elbows out to the sides. Slowly lower down. Shoulder pigeon with your left arm. So turn your head to the right, left arm out to the left. Palm faces down, and roll up onto your left side. This side may or may not feel different than the other, so do pay attention to that. You choose what variation you want to take with your right arm, with your right leg. Just big, spacious breaths. Soften where you can soften. Maybe see if you can breathe bigger than you thought you could. Last couple of breaths here. Ease your way back onto your belly. If you want to, for a moment, turn your head the opposite direction and either just take a few breaths, maybe both arms reach out to both sides, maybe both arms are down by your sides with your palms facing up. And perhaps you take windshield wiper with your shins. Just feel your belly expand into the ground underneath you. And then before we move back into down dog, we're going to take one last belly back bend. So everybody, arms down by your sides. Bring your forehead to the ground. Exhale in your breath. And as you inhale, lift everything up that you possibly can. Locust pose. Stay here, or option to either interlace your fingers or bend your knees, grab hold of your feet or your ankles, work floor bow. So you choose where you want to be and then be there, breathe there. Hug in with your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to aim your inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Nice. Hey, see if you can lift your heart just a little bit higher. Breathe down into your belly. Awesome, Christine. One more big, huge in-breath. Amazing. Exhale, release. You can stay on your belly as long as you want. Well, I shouldn't say as long as you want, for about 5 breaths. Or you can choose to move through some cat-cows, maybe take a child's pose. Maybe you want to take a vinyasa. So everybody in about 5 rounds, find your way back to downward facing dog. No rush. Good job, friends. Next couple breaths, down dog. All right. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, little twist across your body, push the ground away. Inhale, back up, nice paw. Exhale, left to left, aim for your armpit as high as you can get. Awesome. Inhale, back up. And then last one, curl in, knee to your nose, hollow out your belly, step through softly. All right, moving into our half moon, our last balancing pose. Walk your hands forward. Maybe you're using a block. Float your back foot off the ground. So warrior 3 first, and then right hand to right hip. Start to peel your hip open. You're really squeezing through your outer left glute. Right hip stacks on top of left. Right leg is strong and powerful, like you're trying to stomp your foot on the back wall. Your right arm might reach up and open through your heart. If you want to take the half bow variation, go for it. Bend your knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Everybody, couple more breaths in your pose. Awesome, Rach. See if you can lift your back leg a tiny bit higher. Feel all of that space and breathe into it. Nice, Christine. One more big, huge in-breath. Re-extend your right leg if you're holding your foot. Forward fold, nice and easy. Step to the top of your mat. Might give your left leg a little shake out. And then come back onto your balance beam. This time, right toes behind your left heel. Right toes behind left heel. Pull your right hip back and then start to crawl your hands over to the left or maybe off the left side of your mat. You're more than welcome to keep a block under your hands if you want. Just bring the ground a little closer to you. Pull your right hip back, breathe into your right side. Breathe down the back of your right leg. Soften with your exhales. Good, you guys. Feel whatever there is to feel. Let your body feel sensation. Know that it's only temporary. One last big breath. End of your exhale, legs stay the same. Walk your hands back to center. Inhale, halfway lift with your feet on a balance beam. See if you can stick both butt cheeks out behind you. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise up, little balance challenge, arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, feet hips width distance apart, hands to heart. Flow with your breath, high mountain, inhale. Slow dive as you exhale, take it all the way down. Halfway lift position, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you would like, or skip it completely. Back to down dog. Good, nice, Emma. Beautiful, everybody. Good awareness. Inhale, right leg high. Pigeon pose, right shin forward, set your body down gently. And please, if you would rather take this in a seat or on your back or any other variation, always it's your choice. So take your time, set yourself up for your variation of pigeon. And then breath by breath, Just relax into it. Breathe into your hips. I'll come around with a little essential oil spritz. If you do not want it near you or on you, just raise your hand for me. Thank you. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds. Soften with each exhale. If you want, last couple of breaths, open mouth sigh. Slowly start transitioning either back to down dog, or if you're taking pigeon in a seat or on your back, you can choose your own way to kind of neutralize in between sides if you want. If you're making your way back to down dog, however you want to get there and whatever movements you want to take once you're there. So maybe you want to move through a vinyasa, kind of reset before moving to the other side. Maybe you want to take some cat-cows. Maybe you feel like flipping your dog one last time. Just take a moment, feel into right side versus left side. Reconnect to your breath. And then I will let each of you, just in your own time, when you're ready, move into pigeon with your left leg, your left shin forward, left leg on top. So just like you did on the other side, set yourself up intentionally, with care, with awareness. Just use your breath to soften. That little bit of activation through your front toes, like you're trying to spread them. And energetically, your left hip is pulling back and even slightly up. So there is a little bit of muscle energy. There's that strength or integrity to support the stretch. See if you can stay in your body rather than wandering off in your head, distracting yourself. I know it's so tempting. See if you can stay here. Not fixing, not solving anything outside these 4 walls. Just noticing sensation, even if it's uncomfortable. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. It's coming back to you over and over and over again. Soft face. Soft through your heart space. What does that feel like energetically? And I'm gonna guess around 2 to 3 more breaths. But I'll ultimately leave it up to you. So just when you feel pretty much even on both sides, find your way back either to one final down dog, or if you're already down on your back and you want to wait for us there, that's fine with me. So back to down dog, maybe take one last vinyasa. Maybe you want a few cat cows. No hurry. Once you're in down dog, just kind of walk it out. Feel into all that space you've created. Maybe you find stillness and just breathe into all that space you've created. Thanks, Kay. Good, everybody. So take a couple more breaths in your final down dog. And then however you would like to get there, find your way down onto your back. You can face whichever direction. Once you're on your back, just like we did at the very beginning of our practice, hug your knees in, take your little rock. Thanks, Chris. After a few rocks, feet on the ground with knees bent. Bring your feet mat width distance apart. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. And slowly, with your own breath, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Maybe a little bit of flexion in your toes. And rather than mindlessly just plopping your legs from one side to the other, mindfully, with awareness, with attention, intention, take your knees from side to side, slowly feel into your hips, into your low back, your top knee. So when your knees go to one side, your top knee, you want it to work down and forward. Maybe feel a stretch along your entire side body. So you can go as slowly or as quickly as you want. Just make it mindful. Take a few rounds. And then after a few rounds, move into a happy baby pose. In your happy baby, the goal is not to round your spine and grab your feet. As much as you're able to, try to keep a neutral spine. So press down into the backs of your shoulders, tailbone presses down, and draw down with your arm strength. Pull down with your arms. So your knees to the outside of your ribs, soles of your feet face the sky, press up through your heels, flex your toes. And see if you can even feel the outer edges of your feet pulling down towards the ground. So flex your little baby pinky toe or hands to the outside edge of your feet and pull down. See if that feels any different at all. Maybe a rock side to side. Maybe you want to play by extending one leg and then the other, or both legs at the same time. Maybe you want to come into kind of a plow pose, bring your legs together, straighten them out. So feel free to take your time in happy baby. If there are any other poses that you feel like your body is still craving, still calling for, give yourself a few rounds of breath to go there, to move through those. And then everybody slowly start to transition into your final relaxation, and no hurry, take your time. And as you move into your final relaxation, my reading for you today is by Jeff Brown. He says, "Do you stand in the fire of truth, or do you always choose convenience? Do you honor the call of your soul, Or do your personas shape your path? Do you trust your deepest knowing, or do you default to the opinions of others? Do you believe in your inherent worth, or do you believe the voice of shame? What will it take before you can fully trust your own brilliance? So these last few moments, be here in this space with yourself in your body, just feeling into all the aliveness inside of you, all the brilliance inside of you, all the love that you are made of. And as I play my bowls, just let the sound, let the frequency, let the vibrations move through your entire being. Let it stir up anything that needs to be stirred up. Maybe let go of anything that's ready to be let go of. If it's uncomfortable at any point, just like in a yoga pose, big, slow, deep breaths. Shavasana. Great big deep breath in. And then sigh it out. And start to wiggle through fingers, toes. And gently wake up your body. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And take a moment just to curl into yourself, to let yourself be held a little bit longer. And to really let your practice, let that sound bath, the energy from it, let it all just seep in, absorb in, integrate in, visualize that or imagine that in some way. So use your imagination. Using the strength in your arms, guide yourself up into seated meditation. So facing forward towards the front of our space. Close your eyes and gather your hands into your own heart. Just bow your head to your heart. Close your own practice. Acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself. Thank your body for showing up for you. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your practice today. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so very much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Liz, are you camping in your house? I can't hear you. Sorry.
I unmuted. I'm in Maine.
Oh, is that your house in Maine?
This is the loft in the barn.
Oh, I see. Well, it's working lovely for your yoga space.
Yeah, it is. I know. When my son's here, I boot him out.
Good. Boot him out. Gotta do yoga. Okay, I'll see you soon, I hope.
Thank
Bye,
you.
friends.
It was wonderful.
Bye, CJ, whoever you are.